What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Knicks and Nets, absolute banger today. I have a question. Do you guys think that James Harden is actually back to being James Harden? Because I think he is now. Like that game tonight, he looked crazy good. He had 28 in the first half. He had like 34 for the game overall with like, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. He looked like Houston Rockets James Harden. And he looked agile, quick. He was aggressive, but I don't want to get pump faked by this again. I'm curious, do you guys think he's actually back? I really hope he is, because he's not doing his typical foul baiting, he's not getting rewarded for it. And he's getting to the line and it's actual foul calls, it's legit fouls. He looks like James Harden again. That's like the best thing you can hope for as a Nets fan right now, because if he's not back, they're not going anywhere. I mean, KD's great, but if you don't have James Harden playing like James Harden can play, you're not going to go very far. It's just the way the conferences are. It's just not what you need. But if he's back, then awesome, because I love when there's parity in the league and it's duos kind of going at it, not like super teams and things like that. So I like the Nets right now. I don't like them when like Kyrie Irving's there, because it just feels like it's just way too one-sided. And so with just Harden and KD, I mean, I like it's enjoyable. It's fun. It's not like a guarantee they're going to win every single time. It's a lot of fun to watch them. Kevin Durant, he had an off shooting night. He had like 39% shooting, but he still had 27, 5, and 9, which, like, for shooting as poor as he did, I mean, because, we're used to that guy shooting over 50% like every game. So a 10% drop is a little bit not concerning, but, you worry about it a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't continue if he gets on a cold streak or something. But, I mean, if he does, if James Harden's back, looks like they might be okay. But great win for the Nets. Just like everyone thought, the game-winning hero for that game was going to be James Johnson, knocking down 2 free throws, just like we all planned, right? Mitchell Robinson, my guy, you got to learn how to defend without fouling, because you're such a great rim protector if you just stop bringing your arms out and hacking downwards. He's super raw, super talented. That guy has potential for being like a rim protecting center that can rim run and, putbacks and alley-oops and everything. It's really crazy good. But if he keeps fouling and things like that, I mean, this time it costs him the game. Like, this is the play that, decides it, and you foul. And it's very rare that refs actually blow the whistle under like 3 seconds and someone's taking a shot. But it was a legit foul, and it was a correct call. So just, James Johnson, nice 2 free throws that you made. Clutch. God, pressure's got to be crazy in that moment. No, I don't think anybody had you as the hero for the night. I don't think anybody thought that was going to happen. But hey, got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you need your role players to step up in big moments. Speaking of teams whose role players somewhat stepped up in big moments, the Knicks, Evan Fournier hit a big 3 to tie the game with like 17 seconds left. Super clutch on his part. Don't Google his name. If you've ever heard that, his nickname is Evan Don't Google Me Fournier. Something like that. Do not Google his name. It's a horrible, horrible decision. Trust me, take my word for it. Julius Randle looked like all-star Julius Randle, which is nice because, me being a Laker fan, I got love for all the kids that were on the team now wherever they're at. D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram. I got all those guys. I love them to death. They're awesome players, and I'm really rooting for them. Randle, just like them. Oh, Nance too. Don't forget that guy. But Randle, yeah, he played a great game, efficient, and he was aggressive. And it looked like last year's Julius Randle, which is nice because he started off the season a little shaky. But if he's back, the Knicks are really going to need that, because they just exhausted their one scapegoat and blaming Kemba Walker for their struggles. I know the team, like, analytically and statistically hasn't been good with him on the floor, but it's a little weird to blame the guy when you knew he wasn't a good defender. You knew he was coming off knee injuries, so it's probably going to take him a long time to get back. And then you were expecting him to be the same old Kemba Walker. It didn't make any sense for him to be kind of taking the blame on that. It's just, I don't get it. Like, you should have known what you were getting. He's been this way for like 2 years now. So it's like me expecting Russ to just be all of a sudden be a 40% 3-point shooter. It's literally like almost never been that. So why would he do it now? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I don't really like that, blaming Kemba for it. I'm not a Kemba stan or anything like that, but it just doesn't make any sense when, quite frankly, the rest of your team hasn't been that great. RJ Barrett's points are down by like 3. And I mean, Derrick Rose is Derrick Rose. He's always awesome, which, thank God for all the knee injuries that guy suffered through. For him to still be this good, really cool. But RJ Barrett, I think, yeah, he left the game with an injury. but other than like he hasn't really done anything all season like noteworthy. Obi Toppin, I mean, he's great for like energy dunks and everything like that, but I think you would hope he's a little bit more than that in his second year, like other than just a freak athlete that can dunk. That doesn't really help your team too much in the grand scheme of winning games. Might be entertaining, but it's not effective. I just wonder like who do they blame? Who do the Knicks blame next? Are they going to blame the coach? I mean, their coach has been, by all accounts, he's been good. I haven't seen any like rotation issues or stuff like that. Emmanuel quickly is being better than anyone ever expected for the kid. Mitchell Robinson, he's still really good, granted the foul issues, but like who do they blame? I don't get it. The roster construction, maybe, but I just don't know who they have left to blame. They might, I think, just a slightly above average team that had a great year last year that no one expected. Now the expectations are too high. It just seems like that to me. And I hope they can reach those expectations. They just played a great Nets team and played them close. But I mean, I'm not counting close. I don't go for moral victories. It doesn't get you anywhere in the playoffs. It doesn't get you anywhere in the future. It doesn't make a lot of sense to just aim for moral victories. But I'm just very curious. Like, what do they do next? Are they going to trade for somebody? I don't really know what trade pieces. I mean, other than like Emmanuel quickly and maybe Toppin if people wanted that. I would hope they'd be buyers because they truly do. They just need to make the team better over the next couple of years. I don't think Randle is a number one, like build your team around guy. I think he's a really, really good number two and an incredible number three on a team, on like a championship team. So I think if they're able to figure out how to get somebody in free agency this year or something, that might be like more realistic, kind of like what Chicago did where they had Zach LaVine and everything. They went out and traded for Vucevic. They probably would have been a playoff team last year if Zach didn't get COVID, but not, like I said, not going for moral victories or what shoulda, woulda, coulda. But I hope the Knicks can pull something like that because Julius Randle is a great player, but they're gonna blame him next more than likely. That's what I think. Like he'll have one bad game and it's like, oh my God, Julius Randle, he's not meant to carry a team. Well, yeah, you knew that. You didn't pay him max money. He got, or at least I don't think he has a max contract. Last I saw, he had like a 3-year, like $70 million deal or something like that. It's not max money. That's number 3 player on a championship team money. So if he's if he's getting paid what he's playing like, I don't really see an issue. I just think the expectations for that team are just a little bit too high for them. And that's not some of the players on their own team's fault. They need guys to take steps. They need things to go their way a little bit. But I'm very curious as to who the media is going to blame next now that Kemba's out of the rotation. I think it's going to be Randle. And then after Randle, Leon Rose, maybe. I don't know. I'm very, very interested to see that. Made it this far in the video, do me a huge favor. It costs you $0 to do this and like 1.5 seconds to do it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Small channel, helps me get off the ground. I got to beat this algorithm. And if you enjoyed the video, please do that. This was fun. Knicks, be better. I hope you're better in the future. Expectations are a little too crazy. Nets, you did what you needed to do. Harden, you look like you're back. All right, that's it. I'm done. Peace.